Hello and welcome everybody to one more game in the ToD series. My name is Glitch and I am casting a bunch of ToD games. I casted a couple yesterday, gonna be casting a couple today as well, and spawning in the 2 o'clock position as the blue Protoss. Playing from Team Fnatic MSI, we have ToD. His Protoss opponent, I should say, spawning in the 1 o'clock position as the red Terran. Playing from Team HwangSin, we have HwangSin. Now, HwangSin's a very good Protoss player, rather. For those of you that don't know, he is really good, made it very far in the NASL. I believe he made it to the round of 16 at the NASL, and he was knocked out in the first actual round here in Anaheim, California, when he performed there, or no, it was in Ontario, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I believe that is where it was, not too far away from Los Angeles, where I am right now. And where I am for only the next couple of days before I move back home to San Francisco, I should also note. Gonna have to see about the PvP style of both of these players. I actually don't know a whole lot about their PvP styles. I don't think I've ever seen a PvP match from either of these two players, now that I think about it. I'm trying to remember. I might have done one for HwangSin, but I'm pretty sure I have not ever casted or seen a PvP by ToD, so I am going to be just as excited as you guys are to see what kind of style he's going to be going for in this game. So far, no gas has been taken. Looks like, there we go, one gas now going down here for ToD, followed after that Gateway, so it looks like it's going to be a pretty standard opening here from ToD. Not going to be cutting gas. We also have an identical opening here from HwangSin. If we check out the production tab, we can see that both players pretty much dead even. HwangSin is just a little bit behind on his probe production for some reason, but that's not going to make too much of a difference. Looks like, did it come down to a chrono boost? It might have come down to a chrono boost. Nope. Both their nexus are at the about the same amount of energy, so it didn't come down to a chrono boost. HwangSin was just a little bit late on creating one of his probes there. Cybernetic score now going down for both of these players, as we so far have an identical opening in this game. If we check out the harvester count, yep, dead even on the harvester count, 17 harvesters apiece. HwangSin now taking his second gas. No second gas yet for ToD, interestingly enough. So it looks like ToD is going to be deviating here from what HwangSin is doing in just a little bit. What else are we going to be seeing? I would almost say, if I had to guess, out of HwangSin, just because he is a Korean player, a lot of Korean players like to favor early aggression, and I have seen HwangSin do early aggression in other matchups, so I wouldn't be too surprised to see him get a little bit earlier aggression in this particular matchup. But we will indeed have to see. Looks like he was saving some energy up on his Nexus there. He just chrono boosted a Stalker as well as his Cybernetic score once, but ToD has also done the same. Did not apply any chrono boost at all to the Gateway. We now have a second chrono boost going down here on that Warp Gate research. No additional chrono boosts yet going down on the Warp Gate research of HwangSin, but so far both these players pretty similar in builds. Only one gas though here for ToD. That is going to be a big deal. For those of you that don't know, a worker will mine roughly between 35 and 40 minerals per minute. So this means that if you pull 3 guys off of minerals and put them on gas as early as HwangSin did, you are going to be losing about 150 minerals roughly every minute that you could have had. So in this case, that ToD is going to be getting, that HwangSin is not going to be able to get. But HwangSin is of course going to have the higher gas income. So this is going to allow both players to do very different things here as we move into the mid game. Just because the speed of those gas timings is very critical. As we can see right now, it looks like ToD is going to be applying a little bit of pressure, and it looks like he might lose this Zealot here to these Stalkers. Oh, but it looks like, yeah, that Zealot is going to go down. As we can see, ToD is now using those extra minerals that he got to throw down a very fast Nexus here. No extra Nexus going down here for HwangSin yet. He is actually throwing down more gateways, and he is just now starting a robotics facility as well, so it looks like it's going to be a 3-gate robo here out of HwangSin. In the base of ToD right now, looks like we do see more gateways now going down. It looks like it is going to be a 3-gate robo out of him as well, but notice that he did get up that earlier Nexus. He got up that Nexus much earlier than HwangSin did. His Nexus is just about to be completing here, and HwangSin has not even started his, so he's going to start to get very much ahead in the economy. We do see that the second gas has just now completed here for ToD as well, so now he is going to be mining on 2 gas, but this is going to be much delayed from HwangSin. His tech is going to be so much farther ahead of of ToD's, but ToD is going to be, looks like he's going to be just relying on some good unit positioning there for defense right now. There's not a whole lot HwangSin can do, but very soon HwangSin's going to start to build up a pretty scary looking army. As we can see, he's going to be chrono boosting out a War Prism, so it looks like he might go for some kind of early aggression. We see a couple of sentries are down at the front of his base, as well as these couple stalkers that have been out across the map. ToD going to be continuing to push his opponent back across the map, but notice he is now mining on 2 bases, and that is going to be a huge deal here for ToD very soon, as this base is going to start to mine very soon and start to get a lot of resources up. And this is something that people don't think about very often. The fact that this Nexus is going to take a while to pay for itself. A lot of people see that this Nexus completes, they start mining on there, and they go, aha! I am now a base ahead of my opponent. I am now in a very good position. But I think I'm going to have to come back to that point, as HwangSin is now warping in a lot of units here with this Warp Prism. He warped in 3 Zealots, and he lifted up these 4 Stalkers as well, and he's now going to start to do a lot of damage. But ToD already has 2 Immortals out on the field, and Immortals just do so much damage against all armored units, which these Gateway units are, and it looks like he's going to force HwangSin away. HwangSin now just pulling back, losing only 3 Stalkers and a Zealot in that mix, but I don't think he got any of the units of his opponent. If we check out the units lost count right now, we can see that HwangSin has lost a little bit more in his resources lost, and it looks like he's going to be moving in one more time with this Warp Prism to try to do a little bit more damage, maybe even try to do some drops. Oh no, and ToD is completely out of position to be able to do anything to this right now, and these 3 Stalkers, ooh, I don't even think they managed to get a probe there, so nice pullback there by ToD, was able to pick those off. Ooh, does finally manage to get 1 probe kill, as he's now just going to be pulling back, loading up into that Warp Prism and getting the heck out of there. Now, what I was saying before is that a lot of players will get this expansion up and running and then just put a few probes there and be like, haha, now my expansion is up and running. I am in a better economic spot than my opponent. This is actually not the case. If you think about it, the Nexus itself costs 400 minerals. So you need to get this Nexus up, and then you need to mine 400 minerals at these mineral patches before this Nexus pays for itself. Not only that, for every worker that you create that starts to mine here, you are spending another 50 resources into getting this economy up and running. So if you get, say, 16 workers mining minerals, that is going to be another 800 minerals that you lost to that expansion. So in actuality, just to get minerals up and running, this actually costs you 1,200 minerals. You actually need to mine 1,200 minerals from these mineral patches before this expansion really pays for itself. And even then, that's not even talking about the fact that you're going to have workers in the gas geysers as well. If you want to do that, that costs an additional 150 minerals for each gas geyser. Not even talking about the price of the gas geysers themselves, just talking about the workers that are in them. So it actually does take a little while to get your workers up and running on a natural expansion. Does take a while before that expansion really starts to pay for itself. And you should also think about that from the opposing point of view as well. So if you see your opponent throw down a Nexus, if you just get to his base and you see that only 3 probes are mining there, and you think to yourself, I let him get that Nexus up, now I am screwed because he has that Nexus up. No, it is actually going to be a while before he pays for that, and you actually have a very good timing window there in which to attack your opponent. Now I should start to talk about this game a little bit more, because I am not day 9 and I do not have the luxury of being able to pause every single time something interesting comes up that I want to talk about in my little time to talk there. Now, we did have Stargate here go down for ToD. He produced a couple of Phoenixes now to scout his opponent. He has scouted every single building of his opponent, so he knows exactly the composition that his opponent is going for. He knows what buildings his opponent has, but he does not yet know about this natural expansion. Notice ToD also did throw in this forward pylon here in position to warp in any units later on, and it looks like HwangSin might get ready here to do some more warping in the back right now, and it looks like HwangSin now going to be moving across the map here. ToD, notice the unit difference in composition right now. So far, ToD has spent a lot of resources. He's been mining on this base for a lot longer, for one. Notice HwangSin has not at all paid for this natural expansion yet. ToD probably getting close to the point where he has paid for this natural expansion, and notice he spent a lot of resources into getting Zealots. This means that all of his minerals were focused into Zealots, and his gas was allowed him to get up Phoenixes and Immortals, and now here comes the engagement here from HwangSin. HwangSin has gone for a lot of Stalkers here, and they do have that Blink as well. Only 4 Immortals to the 5 Immortals of his opponent right now. The Stalker count for HwangSin is much higher. Only 6 Stalkers out here for ToD, but man, with those 5 Immortals, they are going to be able to help so much against these Stalkers. Beautiful force fields going down from ToD, allowing him to buy him some time to move back and really start to get some more units up. And I'm actually kind of curious, did he actually just lose sentries, or were those actually HwangSin's force fields? I actually couldn't quite tell there. It looks like HwangSin did lose a few there. Might have actually trapped some of the zealots behind there. If that was the case, HwangSin was kind of stuck with a lot of stalkers behind that were not shooting, which is a big deal. Looks like HwangSin is trying to re-engage here. Notice he is not using this War Prism at all. He is strictly putting all of his resources to the front of the base, but I think ToD has just been mining on this natural convention for way too long, and he's actually going to break the front, and HwangSin is going to GG out of this particular ladder game. ToD, he just knew that he just didn't have the workers up, and it looks like if ToD was to move forward, he still had a lot of immortals up. Those are absolutely critical units to keep up in a fight. If your immortals are still up at the end of the fight, you can replenish stalkers and zealots very quickly. Immortals take very, very long to replenish though. So if you keep your immortals alive, that is a good key to victory later on. You always want to be microing those immortals extra well, and so that is going to do it for my casts for this week, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed these casts. I'm gonna try. I'm not going to say that I'm not going to upload anything for the rest of the week, but it's going to be hard for me to do without a computer. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Please tune in next week when I'm going to be uploading some more casts, and next week I'm also going to start streaming on a regular basis, so be ready for that because I'm going to start to do all kinds of fun things with my subscribers. I really want to start to do some community-focused things, maybe do Team Game Tuesdays was one of the things that I brought up, come up with some other cool names for things that I'm going to be doing every single day of the week when I stream. So tune in for that next week. Hit that subscribe button, comment down below, and that is going to do it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Glitch out.